students. Today we are going to learning the topic of working with text and graphics. In PageMaker, text and graphics that you draw or import are called objects. Whatever you are typing or whatever you are copying and pasting is of a text or a graphics is called as an object. Okay, an object can be on a page or a pasteboard. That whatever you copied the content is an object. That the object can be placed in a page or on a pasteboard. Pasteboard is a where a recent copied information will be stored. Okay, text can be contained either in text blocks or text frames. Your text information will be consist in the form of text blocks or text frames. Let us see first one, selecting object. Now we are going to be learning how to select the object. You use the pointer tool to select objects. By using the pointer tool we can select the object, whatever the text we have placed. If you want to select it, then you have to supposed to use pointer object. You can select a single object or you can select a multiple object and modify them all at once. So selection of a single object and multiple object is possible, and also you can able to modify them all at once. When object overlaps, you can select them through the stack of object. If suppose whenever you selecting multiple objects, if it is overlap, then we have to select them by stack of objects. Whatever the stack is available, according to the stack, you have to select your appropriate object. And let us see what is the next point. Understanding text object. Let us see how to understand this text object. All text in PageMaker is contained either in text blocks or in text frames. As we know, all the whatever the text we have placed in the PageMaker, it is in the form of a text blocks or in the text frames. When you click text with pointer tool, the text object border is displayed. So after typing or after placing any text object, if you want to select the text object, then we have to supposed to use pointer object. A text object like a graphic is an object that you can move, resize and otherwise manipulate. So it is just like as in your graphics. You can select, you can move, you can resize, and also you can do various work. You can connect a text object to other text object or separate it from text objects while keeping the flow of text. So it is also possible to connect one text object with the other text object. Also we can able to separate it from the text object, keeping the flow of text intact from text object to the text object. Okay. So that is means we will place in the story intact of a text object to text object means whatever the content you have selected will be placed in storyboard. And see, let us see identify text objects. Then how to identify the text objects. The border of a text object are defined across the top and bottom by lines with loops called windows shade handles. So whenever you select the text object or any graphics object, you will find some of top and bottom lines you are seeing in the figure, right? When you select, it will be appear like this, and here you are identifying the top handles and the bottom handles. These lines are treated as a window shade lines, window shade handles, and by solid square handles at the four corners of the text block. So it consists of a solid square. Here the square is exist. If you want to resize any text, you just click on this and you drag and drop it. Okay, so then your text object will be resized. As well as the corner and a non-printing CN border. An empty window shade at the top of a text object indicates the beginning of the story. So if you see here the empty text shade of the top, it indicates the text object is the beginning of the story. Okay, now let us see here ABCD is given. Let us see here point. A plus sign in the window shade handles indicates that the text from the same story is contained in another text object. If you are using this plus symbol, if you click this plus symbol, automatically whatever the content exists, whatever the text object is exist, it will be duplicated in some places also. Okay, an empty window shade handle at the bottom of a text object indicates the end of a story. Here the empty window shade handles is there, it indicates the end of a text object. Okay, or it is the end of a story. whatever the text we are placed, it is treated as a story. Okay, a red down arrow in the window shade handles indicate that there is more text to be placed onto the pages. So if suppose if you are having a red symbol like this, then if you click here, you can able to place more text information in this frame or in this block. And D, a handle indicates the point where you drag to resize text object. Also here the point is exist by holding this square, we can resize our object. Okay, we will see practically in the next. Okay, and next our topic is selecting text with the text tool. Then how to select the text with the text tool? The option available when you work with text depend upon the tools you use. So this is a option. Whenever you want to select the text in a text tool, then it is depends upon the option. Okay, when you use the text tool, you can type, edit and format a text. Whenever we choose the text tool, we can type and edit and format our text. Use the pointer tool to manipulate a text block as an object. For an example, select, move and resize. Suppose if you want to resize our text, or if you want to manipulate our text, whatever the text we are present, we have to supposed to use pointer option to manipulate it. To edit or format a text, you must first select the range of characters you want to affect. To deselect the text, click another insertion point or select any tool in toolbox. So if you want to edit or format text, first of all we have to select the range of characters you want to affect. We have to select that text should be formatted. Okay, if you want to deselect, click on another insertion point or select any tool in the toolbox. If you want to deselect the selected text, then you just simply click on a free space, or you can pick any other toolbox tools. Okay, and next option is editing text. Let us see how to editing the text. You can edit text in layout view or in story editor, which is built in word processor. So it is just like as in your word processor where you are editing your text. It is in the same process. We can also edit our text in a pagemaker. You switch between the two views using the edit story and edit layout commands. So in this pagemaker we can use two views, that is one is the edit story and edit layout command. In layout view you select and edit text with text tool. In layout view we can select and edit text in text tool. This is useful when you need to see how the revision look on the page, or when you are making only a few changes to the text. So that is why we have to supposed to use the revision look, how the content will be appear. Okay, how the changes will be affects. In story editor you work only on the text, not the layout, so revising text is fast and easy. In story editor we are working only on the text, not on the layout. Layout means arranging. We have to arrange our text, right? We have to arrange our text frames or text blocks in a page. So to do that we have to supposed to use a story editor, edit story, edit layout. In the layout we are specifying the layout of our page, and in story editor we are editing our content. Working in story editor is a convenient way to type or edit lengthy blocks of the text. If you want to type a lengthy block of a text, it is better to take a story editor. You can apply formatting to text in story editor, but you won't see most of the formatting until you return to the layout view. So even if you want to format your text in story editor window, you can able to apply, but it won't appear the changes until unless you pick the layout window, layout view. Okay, you can also use story editor to find and change the text. By using this story editor also we can able to change and find the text. Let us see, here also exist. Click in a story with the text tool or the pointer tool, then choose edit story. So we have to go to the edit menu. In the edit menu we are having edit story. When you are finished working in the edit story, choose edit layout to return the layout. So if you want to place a huge content, we have to supposed to go for an edit menu. In the edit menu we have to supposed to choose edit story. You can place a huge amount of information which is displaying in your window here. After editing that, if you want to see how it will be printed in your page, then you have to come for a layout. Where we have to supposed to come in this, in a edit menu, you have to supposed to go for a edit layout to return to the layout view. Okay, yes, let us see how we can able to do. I'm already opened here, some of the content is placed here. Okay, if I want to make a modification, then let me copy once again. See, I'm selecting here. After selecting that, if you want to resize, for example, if I want to resize, I am clicking here and I'm selecting the plus symbol. If I place here, whatever the content is exist, it is comes here. If I make a move, it will make a movement. So the content, the object is moving from one location to another location. If I want to resize, I'm pressing the plus symbol, right? The content has resized here. The my red symbol is appearing. So if you click here and you can copy that through from our storyboard. Okay, suppose if you want to do edit story, so in the edit story, why it is nothing will be happens, you can type all the informations. So you are unable to see this zooming and everything, please observe here. Okay, so in edit story it is not possible. You can able to edit the object of a text. After editing that, if you want to see how it has been affected, okay, now I am selecting this information and let me modify with font as 36, and here the font style as a constants here. So all these application, all these formatting styles has been possible, but here it is not appearing, right? Why? Because we are in the edit story layout. Suppose if I want to see the affected changes are worked or not, in the edit menu I have to supposed to go for edit layout. If I click the edit layout, whatever the changes I have made, it has been affected, right? Okay, now once again I'm selecting our text, or let me go edit story and let me select it, and let me modify it to some 14 size and come for a edit layout window. So content is appearing and it is in the zoom mode. Let us make as an 100%. So 100% we have got this. Okay, and if I want to see it is out of our margin, if I want to edit that information, then I have to drag it. So likewise you can edit your text, or you can make a copy. Okay, likewise it is possible, and you can drag it, you can enlarge it, or you can reduce it. So all these are the possible in your Adobe PageMaker. Okay, so that is your topic, and next our topic is moving between pages. Suppose if you are working with the book, if you are supposed to do a book, it consists of multiple pages. Let me choose one book of a PSD format. Let me check whether it is there or not. I will try to open it. Okay, let us first go for topic, and let me see books. Okay, let me see where is book is exists. Textbooks, right? Okay, my books here. Internet book is there, you are seeing here. This is a .psd file. .psd indicates a Photoshop file, and .p65, this is our book file. Okay, Adobe PageMaker file. Let me open first. Let me check. Okay, let me open. First of all, let me open Adobe PageMaker. Let me open my file. It is all for your understanding purpose. This textbook, my books, and your internet book. Open. So it is loading. Okay. So now you are seeing the various pages, right? So likewise we can able to prepare this book. Okay, now let us see the concept. What is our concept? Moving between pages. You can easily move from one page to or spread to another when you are working on a publication with multiple pages. So likewise I have just opened my one of a book. You can go directly to a specific page or a thumb through pages in sequential order. You can also view master pages. So we can able to navigate from one page to another pages in a sequential format, or whatever the thumb is nothing but in here you are seeing page numbers here appearing. This is in the form of some thumbnails. So if you click here, it directly goes to the page number 28, 29 and so on. And also you can come for a master page. So master page is the first starting page. So this is your starting page also is possible. Okay, so here you are seeing, right, this is our book. So to navigate the pages, it is possible in PageMaker by using uh, certain techniques. Let us see first technique, to move between publication pages. So use a technique that suits your needs. As we have to suit suppose to use certain techniques to suit our needs. Click a page icon along the bottom of the layout window. Click the left or right arrows to view lower or higher number of page icons. And just now we have seen here the layouts are exist. Here the page numbers, page layouts exist. Okay, click a page icon along the bottom of the layout window. Click the left or right arrows to view lower or higher numbered page icons. Choose layout and go to the page and type the page number you want. Suppose if you want to move the pages, we have to choose the layout menu. In the layout menu we are having an option called go to pages, and we have to suppose to type page number we want to navigate. To go to the previous page, press page up key. To go to the next page, press the page down key. So if you, it is also possible to navigate our pages through from arrow keys. If you press the page up key, it will move to the next page, previous page. If you press the page down key, it will move to the next page. To go to the beginning of the text line, Windows or text block, Mac OS, press the home key. So suppose if you want to go to the beginning of the text line or text block, then press the home button key. Here the home button key is exist, or window key is exist. Okay, so if you press the window button, then it will go to the text beginning of the text line. If you press the home key, it will come to the starting page. To go to the end of the text line, press the window key, or text block Mac OS, press on end key. If you press the home key, automatically it will go to the beginning of the text line. If you press the end key, it will go to the end of the first line, end of the text line. Okay, to move sequentially through the publication as in a slideshow, press shift and choose layout. So if you want to move sequentially through the publication as in a slideshow, press shift and choose layout. Go to the pages. To stop the slideshow, click the mouse or press any key on the keyboard. So let us see here. Already we are having one page, and we are choosing the layout. We are giving go to pages, and already we are supposed to know some 89 pages is exist. Some I am pressing the 85. Automatically it will give to the continue. Okay, cannot go to the specified, not within the acceptable range. Okay, here it is not acceptable range, it is showing, but let us give it as a 45. so it is directly going for a 45th page, right? So in the same sense, if you want to move to the back or go back, page up is used. If you're supposed to use the page up, it will go to the back page. If I give the page down, it will move to the next page. Page down, page down, page down. So likewise we can able to navigate. Yes. Okay, so that is our concept, and it is possible. Okay, suppose if you want to move the first line, then what we have to supposed to do, we have to give the home button. Before that you have to select, right? Yes, we have to supposed to select. Okay, to go to the beginning of the text line, Windows or text block, or press the home key. So it means if you want to go to the first line, you have to hold Windows plus home button, or you have to select the page and home. So it is possible. If it is not working, means some of the features has been changed. Okay, to move sequentially through the publication as a slideshow, go to the page, whatever the page you are specifying, it will be make a move, just we have seen now. Okay, next, adding and deleting pages. Let us see how to add and delete the page. You can add or delete pages as follows. Choose file menu, go to the document setup to alter the number of pages, or page makers, add or delete pages from the end of the publication. So yes, now we are seeing this adding and deleting pages. You can add or delete pages as follows. Choose file or document setup to alter the number of pages. Page maker adds or delete pages from the end of the publication. You can also add or remove master pages. So it is also possible to remove the master page. To preserve text or graphics on the pages, you remove, first drag them to the pasteboard or storage place that is independent of any pages. So we can either we can add or delete the pages by using the document setup, or we can insert the number of pages. Okay, also if you want to remove the master page, before removing that master page, you can copy the content from page to pasteboard. Okay, if you're removing a page from the middle of the publication, PageMaker automatically rethreads text on the pages before and after the deleted pages. Suppose if you remove the middle page, then automatically PageMaker will assigns the pages before and pages after deleted. Okay, in a double-sided publication with different inside and outside margins, adding or removing an odd number of pages causes PageMaker to shift the margins and numbering of the subsequent pages, and to reposition the pages content accordingly to fall within the margin. Suppose if I am doing double-sided pages, okay, you are seeing this is double-sided pages. So whenever this double-sided pages is doing, we should be very cautious. This is a double-sided page. Whatever the book you are seeing here, it is a double-sided pages. Okay, so you can directly add one more page here also. Please observe here. Here 80 page is there. Afterwards you can insert one page is possible, or add one page is also possible. Okay, so likewise it is possible, and also it is possible by adding the pages in document setup. You can add number of pages. Here is also possible. So number of pages 81 is exist. If you make it as an 100, it will be automatically added 100 pages. So from 81 we are exist, 82 to rest pages are empty blank pages, it has been created. This is how we are defining. Okay, and suppose if you want to delete that page, you can directly right click on that page and also choose the remove page. Okay, yes, so whatever the content is exist here, it is content is not exist. I don't want to take the risk, that is why I left this page as same, and I am reviewing the pages. So this is our topic. we can either add or remove the pages. Whenever you are removing the double-sided pages, automatically content will be forfeited. So before deleting these double-sided pages, we have to restore the content. Okay, so it is always better to restore our content in pasteboard or in any Word format also. Okay, so that is necessary, required. And next, to add pages anywhere in the publication, we can go choose layout, insert pages. It is also possible. Type the number of pages you want to add. So if you want to add number of pages, it is also possible to add number of pages, and select a location for the new page. We can also select the location. Okay, specify the master page you want to apply. So you can also apply the master page and click the insert. If you want to remove, you have to go to the remove pages. So we can able to directly add or remove. Here it is also possible, and here also in the layout it is also possible to insert the pages, and you can also specify the master page, and you are also supposed to specify after pages. Okay, suppose if I want to insert one page, so I have already selected 98. Let us see where it will be added. So it will be added in 99. Suppose if I select 50, and if I go by layout, if I press as an insert page, it will come before. If I say it as a before 50 means automatically, you just observe here, whatever the content is it is automatically adjustable. Okay, so these kinds of adding or removing pages is also possible. I don't want to take the risk, that is why I am closing my document. Okay, so likewise it is also possible. So in the same sense, if you go to the layout or remove pages, it is also possible to remove our pages. Okay, so PageMaker provide two ways of correcting mistakes. We will see the correction of mistakes in the next class. Hope you understand this concept. We will meet in the next class.